me get a beat, I kick it funky like feet. Let me get a beat, I get a kick it feet it like. Let me get a beat, I kick it funky like feet. Let me get a beat, I get a kick it feet it like. Let me get a beat, I kick it funky like feet. Let me get a beat, I get a kick it feet it like. Let me get a beat, I kick it funky like feet. Let me get a beat, I get a funky like. Let me get a
AfroBiker.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy AfroBiker once again. Thanks for tuning in. And if it's your first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. More passion, more energy. The KTM Duke 890 is most certainly more powerful than my Husqvarna 701 Supermoto. And there's been so much hype around this bike. And today I thought I would go out and have a crack on the bike. In the middle and at the end of the video, I answered a few specific questions that a rider like myself would like to know about a bike before they committed to either buying one or just swinging their leg over it. Stay tuned until the very end to find out. And this is how it went. Hey, Supermoto! G'day, guys! Welcome to yet another video with your boy AfroBiker. Just like every other motorcycle owner, sometimes I go on the interwebs and I go Husqvarna 701 Supermoto versus this bike, and you go on Reddit sometimes and you look at comparisons, and one of the bikes that tends to be the most recommended on the list of the bikes that I have an interest in is the KTM 890 Duke. Yeah, so today I thought I would take the time and see what the Duke is all about. Yeah, so just looking at the specs online, it's got 47 more horsepower than the Husqvarna 701. It's got about 26 more Newton meters of torque than the Husqvarna 701, and that's stock. It's slightly porkier than the Husqvarna 701, but not by a lot. So from the specs sheet that I had a look at, they said so the Husqvarna is 156 kilograms wet, and the KTM Duke 890R was 166 kilograms dry. Now, for those of you that don't know what wet weight and dry weight is basically the weight of the bike without the brake fluid, without the coolant, without the fuel, without the engine oil. No fluids in the bike at all. And from some of the specs that I looked at on the Husqvarna, the dry weight I think was about 149, and then the wet weight is 156. So you're talking about, I saw that car and I had a bit of a heart attack. Talking about 7 kilograms wet. It could be more, it could be less. The place that I'm going to pick up the bike from for test riding is here, Del Britain Motorcycles, which is very popular, very famous here in WA. Look at that, Husqvarna 701. I wonder how much that's going for. Alright, so I'm gonna swap bikes. Stay tuned. She's out, ready, and all warmed up. It's been a minute since I sat on a street bike. Oh, due to the seating position, I might have to adjust my camera a little bit. How crazy is it that they could just go, hey, show us your license, make sure you have the right license. Oh, it feels, man, this feels smooth. Oh. Okay, Afro, what are you doing? A bit too tight. I don't know how wide this bike is. Sounds pretty meaty even for like a stock exhaust. So I'm gonna stop somewhere and then we'll kind of have an evaluation of how we've gone. So this is Dale Britton's demo bike, and the salesman told me it's got about 30 kilometers on the clock, so it's barely broken into. Oh, these lights are taking ages, man. Wish that gap was just wide enough for me to squeeze through. Please turn, please turn. Thank you. Oh, hang on. No quick shifter. You're not serious. Okay, so in comparison to my Supermoto, you're definitely a little bit more leaned over. But that's something that you can easily fix with whatever choice of handlebars. Okay, we're in third gear. Bruh. You're playing with fire. I'm definitely playing with fire. This feels nice, man. I feel like I'm cheating on my Husqvarna 701. I'll just elaborate as well. This is not a review, because I don't believe in reviews where, you know, you only spend 2 seconds on the bike and then you're saying, oh yeah this, oh yeah this, that. I'll most certainly tell you what I think of the bike and how it feels. Let's see, can you change the modes? Okay, sport, how do I select? Set. Yes, we just go straight for all the beans. Sport mode. The riding position is comfortable. Yeah, we'll just wait until, how do I get out of, I'm done with the settings. Can I back? Okay, there we have it. I want to go this way. I thought it had a quick shifter. Oh, she is hungry. She's hungry to eat. Are you kidding? Man, this thing feels nice. It feels quite refined and super light for a road bike. Okay. It's definitely a KTM seat. You can tell that for sure. 100% a KTM seat. It's not road bike comfortable. I'm pretty impressed with how quick KTM bikes rev up. Even the Duke 390 that I had for what, 2 months or whatever that was, it was revving up so quickly. Like, it's like you think to rev and Ooh, AfroBiker, you win. Alright, so I've been on the bike for a little bit, and yes, we'll go straight into the questions because it's a dealer bike and obviously I've not got it for the whole day. Alright, first question.
Does it look good?
Does it look good? You just had to start with a superficial question, hey? Alright, I think it's actually really good looking in person compared to what it looked like on the pictures. I mean, look at it. Just the angles and the way it's been set up, it looks like a work of art, if I'm totally honest. I'm not a big fan of the exhaust, but you know, that's the case with most stock exhausts. And yeah, it's easy, something that you can easily replace. It's got a bit of a hunchback vibe with the tank going on here. It's something that some people will like, others won't really like so much. But any more questions?
Does it wheelie?
Does it wheelie? Heck yeah. This is a bike that is lighter, has more horsepower, and has more torque than the MT-09. And as we all know, the MT-09 was just like a radical, I've owned an MT-09 before. It was a radical bike that just wanted to wheelie every time you sneezed, and this bike just takes it to a whole different level, except it actually feels like it's more refined. I'll try not to sound like I'm giving the bike a review because I've not had it that long, but I'm just going to answer the next question.
How does it handle?
So with the way it's been set up, with the way your feet are on the pegs, with the handlebar position and everything, and with also the way the tank is from the back, just the profile of the tank makes you hug the bike a bit more in the corners. And it's very light as well, light and powerful, and you've got rider aids, so you can't go wrong. You can't go if you're nuts like me, you're just going to turn everything off and then just hold on for dear life. But yeah, I think it's a phenomenal handling bike. I'd have to spend a bit more time though to answer that question accurately. I'm going to take one more question.
How does it sound?
How does it sound? I think it sounds awesome even with the stock pipe, but we'll just start it up. Let me just make sure I've got it in neutral. I think it'll be good to admit that even with the stock pipe, it sounds awesome. I believe like once the pipe has been changed, once you put on an aftermarket pipe, it's gonna sound a bit like a big MT-07. Anyway, enough talking. We're gonna get back on the bike and see what she's about. Oh man, I can only imagine what this thing sounds like with the aftermarket pipe. If this is the Duke 890R 2023 model, does it not come with a quick shifter from factory? I was just automatically thinking that it would. And then when I tried to push that thing up from second to third, just looked like an idiot humping the bike. For wheelies though, the Husqvarna feels like you just feel like you can get away with fooling around on a Supermoto base as opposed to this. I think you kind of need to know what you're doing more with this than a Supermoto when it comes to doing hoony stuff. But she's light. For an 890, she feels really good. So I'll tip it through this corner as well without bidding the dealer's bike. But it is deadly smooth. I like to hide a speed camera there sometimes, so I had to slow down. There's heaps of cameras here in Perth unfortunately at the moment, so you gotta be on your tippy toes, otherwise you're gonna be funding the government's projects. Okay, we've had our fun. Time to return the bike. Okay, so we've handed the keys back in. The bike's all intact. The 1290 is what I was hoping to test ride, but they don't have a demo model at the moment. It is what it is. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to say a big shout out to Tony at Dale Britain for letting us have a go on the Duke 890R. Power-wise, I think the way the 701 just makes its power is just, I don't know, like it definitely performs on par and sometimes even better than bikes that have more impressive specs. So I didn't feel like it was gobs and gobs and gobs more powerful than this bike. It definitely had more top end. Like with this bike, if you just go brah, it just pulls you back instantly. With that bike, it kind of felt like, I don't want to talk down on the 890 guys, because it's a phenomenal bike. It most certainly is. Yeah, so I clarified the quick shifter situation with Tony, and what he basically said was like with the Dukes, the more recent Dukes that they're making, the quick shifter, even for the R spec, is an optional extra. So you pay X amount of dollars more. I think he said about $1,500 for the optional electronics pack, which came with the quick shifter and I don't know what else. Like I said, they're aftermarket solutions that you can slap on. But this bike retails for less stock. So another thing that I asked was the price of a Duke 890R, and he said it's $20,000 thereabouts, $500 give or take. With the dealer bike, they're letting it go for $17,000 with what's it got? With the 30 kilometers, I've probably put like another 30 on it. Alright, final words now. What I'm going to say between the Husqvarna 701 and the KTM 890 is this. If you want to mess about, if you want to be able to go adventure riding, do some off-road, do some fire roads and stuff, if you want to do stoppies, if you want to do burnouts, if you want to do wheelies, Husqvarna 701, KTM 690, Gas 700, without a doubt. If you want a road bike that's a bit playful as well and has a bit of a punch to it, but also still feels light, then go for the Duke 890. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm more so the first group of people that would rather have the Husqvarna, or rather be able to go off-road or fire road riding and stuff like that. So there you have it. The Husqvarna is not leaving the stable. We're keeping this bike. That's it for today, and I'll see you next time. Ride safe. Peace.